Hi all, we haven't done a lot of sightseeing in the last few days because we have been caught up in the beast from the east and Storm Emma. So this video is actually about our experiences in the snow.
A few people have been messaging us concerned about our welfare. Yeah, it was a big storm, but it wasn't one big gigantic hit. It came in waves, and we did travel within those 5 days, but we made little jumps calculated between the waves of the storm. So we think that we were quite prudent, quite careful, and we took lots of local advice before we moved.
And we do feel like we actually missed out on the worst of it. And at the moment, we're hunkered down for the next couple of days, so we're not going anywhere.
Safe and sound. The snow started 5 days ago. First day we were caught in Wales. It wasn't the end of the world. The van was stuck in a car park and we had to wait until the thaw and we could get over a humpback bridge. Then we escaped south and I think we got to Much Wenlock.
Much Wenlock, yeah. And Much Wenlock was a pretty little market village. And we got to start a campsite there, which was good because it meant we had electricity. Snowy Wales this morning and now we're in snowy, is it Shropshire? In snowy Shropshire at Much Wenlock. Look how pretty it is. I'm standing outside the house of Dr. William Penny Brooks. He's one of the reasons why Much Wenlock is famous. He established the Wenlock Olympic Games in 1850 and is considered the forefather of the modern Olympic Games.
Have a little reprieve. We went to the market town of Bridgnorth. Nice little market town. We stocked up with food, stocked up with gas and fuel, and in the town itself, while we were there was no snow, so it felt like we got away with things for a bit.
The sun's come out for us today in Bridgnorth. It's a little historic market town. The only reason we've come here is because one of our colleagues back home was born here and he recommended it. So hi Nick, good suggestion. We're going to go and see if anyone remembers you. North, we thought we would head to Warwick, where we could hunker down for the night and try and avoid the worst of the weather. However, we did get stuck in a bit of a blizzard on the motorway.
Oh, really?
So this weather, it's pretty incredible. We were literally 10 minutes ago driving in sunshine and then this has come out of nowhere. Almost zero visibility. Luckily we've got a truck in front of us, which in this case is quite good because we can see his lights and see him quite clearly, but yeah, I'll be glad when we're off this road and parked and somewhere warm.
This is actually the motorway and we're travelling 30 miles an hour. Where have you brought me again, Renee? Yesterday it was a tiny wee bridge and today you've got me in a blizzard.
It's called upskilling you.
Upskilling. I should point out that it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
And this is the weather we've been trying to avoid.
He's got his hazard lights on, so we might do the same.
Yeah.
Hazard is a good word in these conditions. But we got there. We got to Warwick in the end. Lovely town again. although it did feel as though we were the only people who were there. The shops were closed, nobody was on the streets, the snow was coming in sideways, it felt cold, lonely and desolate. And the castle, it looked a bit locked up. We did go there, but there wasn't much to see.
So from sunny Bridgnorth we came to snowy Warwick. We're not entirely sure how long we're going to be here because of the snow, although we do have to be somewhere in a couple of days. So far it's really pretty.
A little bit chilly in Warwick today. We're actually parked in the racecourse where they welcome motorhomes. We've walked into the city, seen the castle. Not a lot of people, not a lot of traffic, and we've got two choices to make. We either stay here and wait the snow out, and there's more snow coming tomorrow, a big dump apparently, or we scurry away now, drive for about an hour, and try and hunt it down for tomorrow. Both of those have issues, but at the moment the roads are clear, not on the side roads, but we might scurry away, I think.
So we decided to leave and we found ourselves in quite an interesting little pub, wasn't it? In the middle of nowhere, called St Thomas's Cross.
Yeah, we did try to go to another pub, and our sat-nav was very good. It took us right to the door. Unfortunately, it had a steep driveway, and of course the van couldn't get up there. I didn't really want to go up there because getting up means you've got to come a bit down the following day. And by this time, the snow, the ice was really setting in. But we found this country pub. It was a real sort of blokes, truck drivers pub, but it was fantastic. The guys were great. They were friendly as, and being truck drivers, they gave us lots of advice about driving.
And the landlord let us hook up to his electricity, which was a real bonus.
Yeah, because our batteries were running quite low. The batteries have a solar power charge, but it wasn't getting any of that, not under 6 inches of snow.
Decided to head towards the East Midlands because apparently the weather was not so bad there. Had an interesting drive through Rutland. It got pretty rough at times, didn't it, the weather? There's some massive snow drifts, and we're not used to snow, so yeah, to us it seemed like quite a big deal.
Yeah, there's some beautiful villages. We couldn't stop because we didn't know what was a ditch, we didn't know what was parking, we didn't know where curbs were. There were beautiful thatched cottages with icicles dripping off the roofs, but we had to keep going. There were snow ploughs, and I think it would be fair to say it's the hardest driving I've ever done. Just had to concentrate so hard. Traffic coming towards you, there were narrow stretches of road, and then the sat-nav, bloody sat-nav,
tried to send us down roads that were totally covered in snow, because obviously the sat-nav didn't know how bad the weather was, and it was just trying to find us the quickest route everywhere. So we had to try and do our own sort of navigating without the sat-nav. So that was interesting.
So our rule is to stick to the main roads where they grit the roads, they plough the roads, and they're pretty good. But the secondary roads and the minor roads, yeah, that could have been a catastrophe if we'd taken any of those.
looking for someone who takes me on holiday somewhere warm and slightly tropical. So traffic's come to a standstill here in Rutland. We're not sure why. We think there might actually be a snowplow up ahead though. So hopefully it's just a bit of snow clearing and not an accident or something similar. And it's the snowplow to the rescue. At the moment we're hunkered down, we've got electricity, we've even got free Wi-Fi where we are, so we feel like we haven't done too badly. You know, one advantage with the motorhome is that had we ended up stuck like some of the thousands of people did on the motorways for sort of 12 hours, we actually would have been okay because we've got food, we've got gas, you know, we do have a leisure battery, we have electricity as well, so, you know, it could have been a lot worse for us. Yeah. And even in spite of the snow, we didn't let us stop us sort of doing
I've got to say,
things.
we have not been cold, not one bit. The van itself is really warm inside. It's only cold when we go outside. And yeah, unfortunately no one else is outside sometimes. And so you get to a village and it feels like it's completely deserted or closed up, and that is the case in some places.
So I guess winter travel isn't ideal for everyone, but we've actually found it pretty good because there's a lot of advantages to travelling in winter, aren't there?
It's an adventure. There are no crowds.
No crowds.
Parking's pretty easy. When you find a campground that's open, you know that there's lots of room, and the people who do see you, they seem to sort of like, oh, you know, we're
Who are these interesting people?
Yeah, we are a bit of a novelty, motorhoming in snow. But yeah, for an adventure, great. 5 days of blizzard.